Hey, how's it going, everyone? So today we're just gonna cover how and when to pick your Facebook ads agency for your online business, or even if you have a local business, this is gonna work. So I got some notes here, which I'm gonna cover. So first, I want to talk about when you should even pick one. So if you're just starting out and you're not even making any money, ideally you don't even want to pick an agency unless you're able to find someone like as a contractor who's able to work with you on kind of like a rev share basis or like a percentage of revenue. And those are usually not the best deals because the best people that can run ads for you will not take you up on that deal. I've actually never done that deal myself. I've always actually charged upfront, and anyone that's good at ads is not going to work with you on a percentage. So when you're starting out, you kind of just want to do it yourself or kind of learn by yourself. Or maybe if you have a partner that could do it, you can do that as well. But I wouldn't recommend doing any kind of percentage. However, the next step is once you're starting to make some money, let's say 10, 20,000 per month, that's when you can start. That's when I would say you should probably pick like a contractor. So some kind of contractor for like 1,000 to 1,500 per month. Um, that you can work with to begin with, because agencies do charge quite a lot more. So they might charge like upwards of 3 to 5,000 per month to run your ads, and maybe like some setup fees and all kinds of fees and contracts. So a contractor will work with you on like a month-to-month basis. um so that's why it's better to do that. And so that's when you should do it. So ideally, when you're making some money, obviously, and you can actually afford it, so the first step would probably be to get a contractor, and then after that you can it's going to be time to pick an agency. So let's go with 3 ways to actually like decide which agency you should even work with. So obviously the first thing, you obviously want to look at quite a few. You don't just want to go with the first one, but the first thing I would look at is the results. And you want to be careful with like screenshots and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the truth is they can be faked and everything nowadays, especially. If they show you in the ads manager or like within Shopify or something like that, it can be faked very easily. So what you actually want to do is you want to ask them, you want to go on like a live call with them where they kind of share the screen and show you inside their accounts like live. So that way you know that's legit, because just looking at a screenshot is not good enough. There's too many people posting screenshots, and if you're just looking at a screenshot and deciding you're gonna pick someone based on that screenshot, that's actually not a good way to do it. So what I would do is I would get a live I would get them to share the ad account with me like live, or at the very least they can add you in as like an analyst to take a look. That would actually be better. And when you're looking at the numbers, you want to look at things like, let's say it's e-commerce, you want to look at things like, purchase conversion value and numbers like ROI. Okay, so you don't just want to look at like, you don't want to look at numbers like, cost per purchase and stuff like that. You want to look at the whole view. And I would even go as far to ask them if they could show you the analytics on their actual like Shopify store or like whatever e-commerce store they have, so that you can basically double check that the sales that Facebook show are actually also in their store. That would be even better. And the truth is, if someone's not really willing to show you their ad account, that's not a good sign. So you should definitely ask, and if they're not willing to show you, that's not a good sign, because every great person I've worked with, they've always shown me their ad account. But this is because I hire media buyers. So what I'll do is I'll look at their ad accounts just to get an idea of what they've been doing and how it's going. And everyone that's great, they can always show you. But if they're unable to show you for whatever reason, it's obviously red flag. So you're gonna have to find some other way to kind of verify that their results are actually good. And by the way, this is also how you look for media buyers. But yeah, so with agencies, you definitely want to do that. You definitely want to see the accounts like live, so you can actually see what's going on. The better way is if you got even an analyst access, because this way it's like there's no way to fake that, because you literally log it in yourself and you're seeing everything. So yeah, so that's definitely a few ways to do it. And also like client results. So if you can speak to their like existing clients, that's really good. So you should definitely ask that. Now that's not a must, because obviously you can't always speak to their clients, but you can always ask. It's definitely good if you can speak to like the existing clients. But yeah, that's the first part, results. The second part is passion driven, which is basically, if you are going to hire an agency, you don't just want someone that's just in it for the money. You want someone that actually genuinely enjoys doing it. So I've seen many people who are like doing the agency thing, but they're not really in it for like the results. And I've seen people who are basically like extremely passionate about it. So someone that's extremely passionate about it, they're gonna go out of the way to make sure everything's going very well. Whereas someone that's just in it for like just for your retainer fee, will obviously just you know, they won't really care about it results, so they might just delegate it and just put in the lowest amount of effort and get you the lowest amount of result just so that you just renew the contract. Those are kind of the worst people to work with. So for a contractor, for example, one of the best places to find them is like a Facebook group. So you want to look for someone that's always active, ask questions, and just generally is very interested. Because that way you already know that they're very, very good. They're passionate about the field. So even if they weren't working with you, they're passionate regardless. So you can imagine if they are working with you, they're always going to be on top of their game, and they can, and you know, you can expect 100 times better results than someone who just does it by trade, or like it's just is not as passionate and like as active within those groups. So, and one way I find that is I'll get on the call with someone, and I'll kind of see what kind of, like, they should ideally try to plan out your campaign for you. So they should tell you what they're gonna do. So someone that just says, "Hey, look, I'm gonna run your ads to you, and that's it, and here's my fee." Like, I would never work with someone like that. The only people that I have worked with are people who I got on the phone with, and then they start explaining exactly what they would do for me. Like, I'm gonna run this lookalike with this targeting specifically on this ad with this headline, and then I will change this to do that. Or like they would explain exact, and they would even teach me new things that I didn't even know. And that's how you know you've got someone that's really good, because they already told you exactly what they're gonna do, like in detail. And that doesn't mean you have to be an hour with them for them to explain, but you can just ask, you know, what kind of stuff would you do, and they should be able to give you like, you know, a good answer besides, you know, I'm just gonna get you an ROI, or I'm gonna scale your campaigns, or like just some general answer. They should actually be able to tell you how they're gonna do the campaign. Like, oh, so I'm gonna run a purchase conversion to this particular audience with this interest, and then I'm gonna use these type of ads to this page. Like something very specific. If it's too general, like I said, it's not a good sign. You want someone who can actually specifically tell you what's gonna happen or what they're gonna do. Because at the end of the day, you are gonna work together, so they're gonna do something. So if they can't tell you then what they're gonna do, you know, it's just better to get the answer then, like by just asking them. Usually a passionate person, they'll tell you out the gate what they're gonna do. Like every single time I've had someone like that, they've always just told me, look, I'm gonna make these specific campaigns for you, or like for my clients, because I'll get a media buyer, for example. But in your case, it could be, and they should tell you what they should do, what they are planning to do for you. All right, and then the last one is long-term partnerships. So you want someone who's also kind of invested in your growth. So let's say, you know, once you start growing, you know, you want to incentivize them, but at the same time, at the end of the day, you just want to see how you feel about the person. Does it feel like they just want to just close you as a client, or does it look like they actually want to get your results and stay with you for like, you know, a good amount of time? Obviously, it's not going to be forever, but like just a good amount of time. So they're not just trying to like quickly close you to get money and then leave. So you just got to kind of see the vibe on the call. Like, are they really in it for the game, or is it just another deal for them? And like with a lot of people that I've worked with, that's usually how it is. So you want to realize and actually let them know that, obviously. So if you are in it seriously yourself as well, you should also let them know, look, if you can get me, as long as you can get me results, I'm happy to pay your fees. And this way they also know that you're also not trying to just test out agencies. So you let them know, look, if you can actually get me results, I'll stay with you. Because there are also clients that are also on the bad side, which is they will just, even though you get them results, they're not actually trying to stay. They're just trying to get some good results and then carry on themselves. So I've seen those situations happen as well. So if you're a client and you are also serious about working with someone and having them do your ads, you should also let them know, because a lot of people, they don't really care in that sense, and they just want someone. They're not really looking for someone to do it for the long term. So they just want you to just get them results, maybe get them some profitable campaigns, and then do it themselves, carry on themselves, and not continue to work with you. So those are a few things. So first thing, results. Make sure you look at the right accounts, the analytics and all that stuff to verify the results. Even talk to the clients, look at the customers, to find someone who's actually interested in the field and genuinely passionate, so they're working on it even when they're not actually working. So that's another one. And the third one, someone who's actually invested in your growth. And yeah, so good luck. If you have any questions on this, on how to find someone, let me know, and speak soon.